I wish I could taste it. God gathered all my blessings and told me to take it. Now all these pretty women wanna see me naked. Smoking on the boat like I'm Al Pacino. You can try the things we do, but you don't know what we know. I'm not a racist, I love Jamaicans and Filipinos. I went from rock and Bollywood now to Valentino. I did this thing myself, I never mess with majors. And when mommy documents, it's like 1,000 pages. I want my freedom, cause most of my homies are locked in cages. It's been a decade, I'm rapping, I'm like the Rock of Ages. They tell me how to do this thing the right way. This is my truth, I'm robbing you in broad day. I'm only human, I only do what the Lord say. You know this is getting crazy. It's kinda strange how this music has changed from how it was. I need a verse for my bro, a couple calls, but now I need to speak to some dude cause he's the boss. Split the publishing before we hit the stores. I don't mind, but I know what I think it costs. I can't hate cause it's working, I see resource. African music was buzzing but couldn't cross. As soon as we signed the paperwork, labels open the doors. Oh, now I see how y'all really move, cause that be the same thing that fraud people do. Took a couple dollars, got you caged in the zoo. By the time I wish I was dreaming in pet, pick a move. See the way they approach it, wanted to captain, I see some roaches. I think I rapping in Egypt, I'm a feminine, I'm from money, woman said Moses. So rapping in my father doses, I feel no money in roses. I do what you people are trying to do, while you people are skipping the process.
Abusian for Wedia and Commode, Sarkodie, the king of rap, King Sark, Wachesampa, Oye or Hennessey pa, Oye the king of rap and Kasankassia dope. We a video I share now video win him say a Hennessey's Africa Cypher 2024 and a Sarkodie Ekujinamu. Now there were reps from Nigeria, South Africa, Ivory Coast and Kenya. No one be Jinamu our Hennessey's 2024 Africa Cypher. Sarkodie, the king of rap, or Bedipombe, Wachese Ampa, or Hennessey pa when it comes to rap. Now her bass or Demaya Abusia, he has really shined in this cipher. I just say Branty or Pager Ghana Kosrupa. Now her lines and punch lines are Sarkodie Demaya, but you wouldn't near Sarkodie bit me that. Wachese, yes, he can shine. He's really the king of rap. Nakin Sak, Emma punch lines is Sarkodie and himsa, bass no is soon. BBI kama on point, punches on kama pa. Afina me trains or bed tongue twisting kakrani adia de I'm a trains emba afi or the trim am say yes, we are measuring. Minu and DJ Sem Cassisi by and unim se Ghana hassle dear. As Sem say badia, Charlie, Ubia Sumubi, a trendy pa. See the whole Ghana, Africa and beyond internationally. Sarkodie is trending right about now, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so Emma a year DJ Slim. When I pan for Tnas Edin Como, Obsia. Mienhwe TV and Unyama Sarkodie at their break Ghana and beyond.
Rafi.
Oh,
Rafi.
I see.
Beautiful song.
Wow.
Well, Kwame Dazi is in the studio. Mr. Robert Clark is also in the studio. We're heading straight into our discussion, showbiz review, proudly brought to you by Telecel, Franco Trading Enterprise, and Bet. We're having a look at Sarkodie's Hennessey Africa Cypher 2024 and Sarkodie's input on that cipher. Social media is buzzing with different ideas around it, but then there's an article that we chanced upon on myjournonline.com says Sarkodie wows rap lovers with delivery on Hennessey Africa Cypher 2024.
Written by
our very own Kwame.
Oh,
Dazi.
but did you need to mention?
I'm just asking.
We just wanted source.
A source.
Oh,
okay.
And reference for document.
And he has to answer.
For documentation purposes.
Talk to us.
For documentation purposes. You
Doesn't
go read or
need
make a read.
explanation. Oh, read.
Make a read.
Read.
Okay, that's what it goes on to say. Sarkodie is in the trends for. Charlie, you write some word for
That
here.
people.
You write some word for here. Che wow be kind of deal.
Much of kindness now.
Explain to me the word coruscating.
Oh, coruscating.
Write something.
Oh, but it's an English word. You know the idea in Koso.
Teacher dear.
But what's the meaning? Me, I want to understand.
It represents be a shiny. In the case of performance, you coruscating. I say
Scintillate.
But you are trying to use a bigger word to still explain.
Okay, sorry. Shine.
Simple. Did you die? I'll read it in.
Did you die?
Sarkodie is in the trend
but maybe if you were still when they want to toss the call
for his performance.
Thank you.
Simple.
The adjective.
On the Maison Hennessey Cypher, released on Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. It came out on Wednesday. Because I saw, okay, maybe I got in late.
Yeah.
The 8-minute cipher also features other lyrically gifted rappers on the African continent. Maglera Doughboy from South Africa, Didi B from Ivory Coast, Young Lunya from Tanzania, Calligraph Jones from Kenya, Ladipo from Nigeria. Celebrated Ghanaian rapper Sarkodie proves his rap dexterity on this cipher, rapping predominantly in English with tinges of some Twi lingo in there. Now he touches on the theme of braggadocio and its value in the music industry with an impeccable flow and delivery. He also highlights in his rap how some record labels take advantage of musicians. While every rapper on the project brings out their best, to the admiration of rap enthusiasts, Sarkodie has received plaudits from most Ghanaians for consistently standing out in the rap game with his uniqueness and suave. A lot of Ghanaians assert he represented the country well with his delivery. We'll be playing bits and pieces of the Hennessey Cypher 2024 for our listeners who haven't heard the cipher yet. Let's start off with our very own Sarkodie, if I may do the honors. And I mean, make I go.
Hey, that's thank you.
So see another one, and you owe us 20K. Thank you very much.
I didn't know 8 minutes. Yeah.
Let me start with you, Kwame Dazi, real quick. Your impression about the cipher so far. You actually put some of them in words on my journal online.
Yeah.
Maybe it
yeah,
has
I
changed
tried,
overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are multiple perspectives. And people are sharing. Yeah, people are sharing insight, and I'm okay. So let's do some of the artists that are people. They compare some artists to Sarkodie to us.
Hey.
Oh, but you've seen it, right?
Okay, yeah.
Which of the rappers do you think came close to King Sark?
Close. Mm-hmm. I think Ladipo did well.
Ladipo.
Calligraph Jones did well.
Okay, hold on. Let's listen to Ladipo real quick.
We should shoot the rappers.
Say your goat will have issue.
You say?
You say your goat will have issue right after Eid. Right after Eid.
Yeah.
Your goat. You no go see your goat self. A short live. Like a tick.
TikTok challenge. This life, eh? Ivory Coast.
Charlie.
DDB. French man.
Manteche, but flow near dope.
Okay.
Man, punchlines in the woman in but flow near dead.
When it comes to rap,
Yeah.
which matters?
That is what limits you.
When it comes to rap.
Appreciation. Yeah.
Okay.
Unsa o tie calligraph ne la de po no o tie expressions bi o mo a na o ka say hey chai na o ye wedim star we no aba why limited e flow no nkwa na o enjoy o ntia asem na o kana say so
Okay.
So this one you could hear the instrumentation loud because you couldn't understand the words.
Yeah.
But the other ones, your focus is more on the words.
yeah. This
Anyway,
one.
let's head straight to South Africa.
Hey.
Doughboy. Tanzania, right?
Okay.
Young Lunya. All 6 artists down. South Africa, Ivory Coast, Tanzania, Kenya, Nigeria, and Ghana. Welcome to the studios, Mr. Edem Chotome, my boss. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Everything cool?
Right, agree.
I'm sure you've heard or you've seen the Hennessey Cypher.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'll be picking your thoughts very soon. Kwame Dazi, let me start with you.
Over.
Your general impression, and of course, we'll zero in on Sarkodie's performance on the Cypher.
Brilliant performances. Yeah, even though I didn't understand some of the languages in there, I've enjoyed the flow. And for those that I understand the language, they are sending out message. Apart from the fact that this is hip hop and they will do self-politics and praise themselves, some of them are dropping some thoughts in there. Ladipo, for example, mentioned streaming and how that translates into how much they earn. That is one aspect. The Sarkodie also brings up the controversial topic of record labels, exploiting music talents, and the fact that he thinks that being independent is the right way to go. But some people are also asking. You also have a record label that signed some people some time ago. If you are, quotes and unquotes, demonizing record labels, doesn't mean that the small record label you have also has those features. Do you also rip people off in that record label? It's been a very big debate over the years. Even with Sarkodie, it goes back to when we heard that he was going to be signed by Convict Music, and then the whole story about he bailing out and not even getting into that contract in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think some time ago, I even saw Tracy reiterating the fact that being independent artist is better than signing on to record labels. But I think this is a very big debate. It's very debatable because record labels are not charity organizations. They are business ventures. They are in for profit. So if they come your way and you don't want to sign, you think that you can do everything by yourself, I think that's fair enough. But there are other people out there who are willing to be signed onto record labels to see, to reach the world. For example, we can always cite Black Sherif, even though he's not signed a 360 deal with the Empire.
Have you seen his contract?
It's not a publishing deal. We don't know.
I don't know.
I think when the whole controversy that you triggered came, the whole controversy between Snap and you started that controversy when that came.
Carry on. You carry on.
Okay, let me move on from. Okay.
I like people who can't sit here, come up from the house, drive 1 hour, and then you don't want to give information.
Because we all know where that started from. I just wanted to say that.
I had to say it in
Black Sherif is where he is today.
Before we started the show, now production have given me the right
Okay.
to respond to some of these things, so
Okay.
I'll be responding.
Okay,
So
okay, thank you.
carry on. That's why I say he should carry on.
Maybe, probably, if Black Sherif had not signed on to Empire record label, he wouldn't get to where he is right now, because we all know the international exposure the Plus is having on that global stage. We have all seen the work that Empire is doing for him in that regard. We've seen how other record labels are plugging some musicians, even playing their songs on international football pitches and all that. We've seen all that. The other side of it also, even Sina Soul, when she was signed on to Universal Music, we heard Sina come out to say that, they were restricting her, even the craft itself, the type of music she would produce and all that. Remember when she released Oh Jolly Jolly? That was quite different from what we knew Sina Soul for in the past, because she was more or less like an alter music, a musician, sorry. And to her, Universal wanted her to continue with that path, doing those kind of songs, but she wanted to also satisfy a wider range of audiences, and so she thought about maybe diversifying the craft and doing other things. They didn't agree, so she had to bail out of that contract. So there are two sides. There are pros and cons, whichever way you want it. If you want to stay where you are and you think you can individually or independently do your things as an artist, you can do that. But there are people. I know one guy who is struggling to make it in this industry. He's up and coming artist. He's called Kwame Nkansa. Imagine Kwame Nkansa gets a record label today to sign him. He'll be happy. This guy Babatunde recently, he was wondering in Kumasi when Bullets saw him, and now he's getting the mileage and the exposure. So for him to quote and unquote demonize record labels and the activities, I think it's quite debatable, because if it doesn't work for you, it might work for somebody else. If you think that you're not in for that, somebody is also benefiting from it. So it's very debatable, even though maybe there are some gray areas that we would want to look at moving forward. If there are some areas that we think are not fair to the artists, maybe, and it also depends on the artist and the contract,
the type of contract
they are signing. If you are going into a contract, you know what you are getting yourself into. You don't just go in because you think that, yes, let me sign this. If you go sign any contract, you don't come blame anybody that the record label is ripping you off. You understand? So I like the fact that he has raised this issue again in that particular cipher, and I know in the coming days is going to raise more conversations. And if truly there are some record labels that are doing things that are not fair to musicians out there, maybe the specific instances can be raised so that we know how best we can discuss all these issues. We've had Kewa and all the other boys issues. Sometimes you even don't have the right to post the song on your own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
These are the things that the individual artist should think about, as in, if I'm signing the contract, let me know the terms. They should be clearly stated so that I know that if I'm going into this, maybe I can still be part of the record label. I can still have my songs on my YouTube channels. I can still have certain rights to myself, so that you don't sell your soul and your whole career to a record label. So yeah, it's a two-way thing, and the father Sarkodie has broached this. Means that maybe something that is on his heart, and we need to take a look at it.
Robert.
Yep.
How you doing? Your take on the Cypher Hennessey Cypher 2024, and let's zero in on Sarkodie's performance in general.
Okay, so let me start by focusing on the performance. I think that we need to first of all understand or situate it properly. Who is Sarkodie? King of accolades.
King Sark.
You know what I mean? Basically. Thank you.
Or will. That one's 5K.
5K.
Please, do you have 30 more minutes? Adam has removed his
Laptop.
machine.
Hey!
Coming to the analysis.
I mean, we need a projector. Broski,
Charlie.
we need a projector.
Okay. So Sark is basically king of accolades. He's basically gotten all the accolades you can think about locally. Internationally, he's done that. When I say internationally, we're talking about out of Africa and things. So basically, yeah, very strong in that particular space. And if you even assess the brand, Sarkodie is at a matured level when it comes to the product life cycle. You know, so he will not just do anything. You know, anything or everything he does at this point comes with a lot of strategy, and he has to situate it, or it has to be situated properly. One of the key things people will be saying is analyzing his rap from a purely poetic angle. So you're expecting all the elements in terms of the pun, the wordplay, braggadocio, all the components and stuff like that. But I think that if you understand the circumstances around him, maybe you'd appreciate exactly what he's even done, and probably even rate it even higher than you are probably rating it. You know, because I'm looking at the delivery. First one, English, because just when he dropped the brag. Well, he just finished dropping the brag, right? So enough for brag. We know say he's bragged already. So. If you check the feedback, a lot of people were saying, they rap for English inside, blah. So you drop for English, we can say go feedback for English inside, straight up. So he's dropping the English because he can. But even more importantly, he understands that certain things, when it comes to message on an African platform, you need to speak a language that people will be able to understand. You understand? So he was clearly able to use the English language to communicate that what he really wanted to do. Now, English spoken, 24 countries in Africa are Anglophone speaking or Anglophone countries. So you've done 24 countries covered with your English. But this same song is also going to be played in Francophone countries. And there are 29 French speaking countries in Africa.
Oh, so there are more Francophone.
Yeah, 29 yes, in 29 French speaking countries in Africa.
Wow, okay.
Out of the 29, 21 of them are Francophone countries. So the difference between them is the fact that one is an officially 21 countries use French as official language, and then 29 is French speaking. You understand? So if you have these two languages, you've covered. I mean, the rest are the Lusophone countries. I think 6 countries speaking the Portuguese. But that's it. So when you have English, you have French. So basically, this tells you that the song is going to be played predominantly heavy in Africa, and the two Anglophone, Francophone countries are covered. But if you want people to appreciate the message you are giving, then if you give, even if I force myself to try to understand your English, it will chair. The English has to be easy for me to be able to grasp, because the focus is on the message. where he dropped the message. You understand? So, but then he didn't want to lose the fact that he's from Ghana. So the spots of tree. So the Triglish came through.
Okay.
Tree, you know that then you know the identity has been established. And then you know the there's also a legacy thinking that I want to be able to highlight. Because what I'm saying is, if you're at a matured level right now, because look at him, and then the people that he's on the platform with. If you check accolades and all of that, you see that Sak is like, you know, king. So obviously, what that means is you have to be very clear in terms of, you know, because I'm with these guys. They are, yeah, you can brag. When Jay-Z did the God did rap, I think everybody had X number of minutes. His one was like
5 minutes.
five
plus.
something.
Yeah.
I
5
think about
minutes
7
plus.
minutes or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You know, it was long. But his bragging was not about I am better than you. The better than you, no. Over a period of years, they brag about I'm better than you.
Yeah.
You show working, receipts.
Show walking.
So he said
walking.
4 billionaires have come out of his camp.
Yeah.
Receipts today. You mentioned Kanye, you mentioned Riri, you mentioned LeBron, you mentioned case closed. So show working. So Sarkodie in his own, the bragging is about what he's been able to achieve on his own without the labels.
Yeah.
So basically he's talking about these elements. So it's not just about flipping words and stuff. It's about legacy. It's about sharing what you want to share to be able to encourage the folks out there, and then the flow should be understood. So for me, those are some of the key things that makes me appreciate it even more. And then when you think about the fact that right now the culture vultures are looking at Africa, you want to let them know that, Charlie, we do them already. So you know, that kind of stuff. But if you want to come down to at the end of the day, there are deals we can do, but understand who the game players are, that kind of stuff. Because the brand we are dealing with when it comes to Hennessy is global.
Yeah.
And Hennessy has been associated with the rap culture for God knows how long.
Yeah.
From the days of Pac.
Yeah.
the day.
My Hennessy, let me see my enemies.
Thank you. You know, so it's been associated. I think even Diddy had his own version of a Hennessy, something with chocolate. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
You know, so Henny has been in that particular space. So that level of endorsement and him on that particular platform, you have to be able to make some statement that you know is going to go and cross borders and go to certain areas. So I think that for me, it's strategy well calculated and well executed, and it sits in a place. So I love what he did, and just so if we are not too clear about whether it go feel rap, whether he still got it towards the end.
Yeah.
He switched the gears. Make you know say I go fit do only say I won't give message. So basically, you know that. So for me, those are the elements, and the fact that obviously, of course, you got paid. I mean, yeah.
He has some cool cash.
Money for come through.
Oh, he got paid.
But it feels like good.
Okay.
This endorsement.
How about you say?
A 50K. Well, let me pick Adam.
So you make you go, then we'll go talk about that.
Yeah, we'll look at the record label thing in a bit. You gonna need a projector?
No, I don't need projector.
Okay, anyway,
Just
fire away.
But
For
you have a PowerPoint. Or no PowerPoint?
Oh, no PowerPoint.
Okay.
I think
I want to give you 500 Ghana cedis right now. Star 281 hash.
Somebody
you didn't give me 500.
Yeah. Star 281 hash.
Somebody they be say
I beg, pick up your phone right now. Star 281 hash.
I think they give me physical card.
Oh, but I'm showing you the way. Today we are giving out 1,000 Ghana cedis to 2 people.
So just follow the instructions.
So first, star 281 hash. The first prompt will ask you to select the radio station.
Select the radio station.
Yeah, select the radio station, Adam. Okay. And then the next prompt will ask you to input the number of tickets you want to play. And then the last prompt, your Momo pin and all that. 500 Ghana cedis. Today I will sort you out. Or you know to trust me.
Oh, I didn't trust.
Then after that we can do our PowerPoint presentation. Our PowerPoint will be do real quick. Okay. Adam, your take on this?
Yeah, for me, I think it's a good exercise for the rappers on the project. And if you look at the platform, I mean, the platform is Africa. If you look at even the rappers on East Africa, West Africa, South Africa, I mean, it's just that they have the continent. And for some time now, I mean, Sarkodie has been preaching some messages, and he recently, with his EP, one of the songs he dropped on it, I think the
Championship.
Championship EP.
Mixtape.
Yeah, the mixtape. It was a certain message he was trying to pass. I mean, he tries to put together some things he's experienced and what he thinks should be the way. And I mean, it generates conversation. And having a platform which is more of African targeted, I think it was a good opportunity for him to put in that message. And for me, I saw it more of expression of a concern than just showing dexterity as a rapper, because it's like he's done this over and over and again, and he felt it was the opportunity for him to hit the nail right on the spot, especially taking into consideration how record labels are now coming into the continent. I mean, that rampant. I mean, picking young talents among others. See, if you are hungry and you are not careful and you get food, you can be choked. You understand? Because of the nature of the hunger, it will make you overly eat and you can have problems after eating. And that is the caution for me I see him, trying to put across. Because, the young cats are really ready to get to the top. However, because of the way the supports are coming, in this country, we've seen how people have parted ways with their local labels, run into other big labels, and later on, issues coming. Recently, Bullet said when the Shay's deal, he's not happy with the deal when the Shay was going to sign. Like the 360 deal, he's not happy because...
With an international record label.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not happy because looking at where Wendy has come, she doesn't need to sign a 360 to get there. She can sign other label services than the 360. So those who are experienced and they've encountered this, it's just proper that they share some of these with the upcoming one. Because if you listen to, what he said about the other side, he said, I did this thing myself. I never mess with the label majors. What he's trying to say is that, yes, when he was coming, things were hard. He smelled the money's far away. However, he was able to come through to this point without partnership with these majors, like these labels. However, some of his friends got signed on to some of these things and they got caged. And he's saying that, I see the Omumami documents and it's like 1,000 pages I see it figuratively, because he's trying to say that the things which were in the contract were too complex to understand. And to the extent he decided to go for his freedom, where he will be able to do some things. Because, I say, it's kind of strange the way the music thing is going. Because these people will smile with you broad day and rob you. They smile with you and rob you broad day. It's like, oh, they will open the thing for you. Charlie, there's upfront money. Then, afterwards, it becomes another story.
Yeah.
Then he goes to say that. The music thing has changed. Africans were doing well. African music was buzzing, but African music wasn't getting that needed attention. However, when some of the artists decided to sign for this international or foreign labels, the music started moving. Getting the needed attention it needs. And this is like what the fraud people do. And they give you some dollars and you end up in cages. I clearly see Sarkodie trying to, psych the African youth, music youth, about what is the order of the day now.
Some of the dangers involved in signing to major labels.
So, for me, we need to, be very happy some of the people who have seen it, because you can't say he's not come close to some of these deals. It is good that those who have seen that thing are trying to raise that awareness. So now, if a young person gets a certain deal, he's going to ask questions. He's going to probe. Charlie, a senior man has said this. So what is it? if I sign this, what will happen? How do I ensure that, yes, I've signed it, but I've not sold all my rights to these people? So it is important that we get some of these calls so that as a growing industry, we do the right things. Because if you do not do the right things, it will go to later affect you. And if it affects the key stakeholders, it will go to destroy the industry. So we shouldn't be overly happy, because where these majors have worked, like the Europe, America, there are a lot of dark side of these things. And we have had people who have come to speak about the ills some of these labels are into. So when it is coming here fresh, we need to embrace it, but with caution. So that we do not end up being played out. So for me, I want us to look at the message he's trying to pass rather than just checking his dexterity, because we know Sarkodie, we know his strengths, and that's why he's loved by many people. For me, when it comes to Cypher is all about cryptic messages. How do you put in cryptic messages on some of these, platforms? That's Cypher. You put it for people to decipher. You understand?
Hey, boss!
Adam, hold your thoughts on this one. With that being said, I'm sure the platform is now ripe. The tone has been set for us to properly look at the,
how to decipher.
No, not how to decipher. Properly look at the question of the day. Signing on to majors, is it a good thing or a bad thing? That has been one of the questions on social media.
Very big.
People are talking about. People have different perspective about on this issue. Some believe, yes, you can sign on to a major label, but be on the lookout. Don't just sign any contract, because some of them might be in your word draconian. Draconian.
You'll be caged.
Yes. Some are also of the belief that it's 2024. The world has advanced beyond, and then you can actually have a team that would look out for certain deals that would be beneficial to the artist. We just want to touch on it a little bit, and then on Monday we'll dive deeper into record labels, the pros and the cons. But this one we are doing surface mining. Let me start with you, Robert.
So I think for me it's signing on to a record label could be good or it could be bad. It goes both ways. What is important is the fact that you need to understand that you are signing a deal, or it's referred to as a record deal. I have a deal, maybe like 200K deal with a particular organization, and the question is, what are the details of that particular deal? What is the contract stating? What is this saying? And we need to understand, first of all, or maybe we need to appreciate how the record labels work, what goes into their thinking, and why they even propose some of these things. And then you also need to understand your role in the grand scheme of things when it comes to record label, and why they need you to be able to play ball, or what are you bringing to the table. So a record label is simply there to be able to or in the business of making and selling music. The raw material they need is you, the artist. They want to make and sell records. Yes, the raw material they need is you. And so once that is established, then they go through the simple value chain of producing, distributing, promoting, so that the consumer will just have it. Then some of them decide to integrate backwards, as in scouting, A&R, finding the talent, whatsoever, the artist development and everything, to prepare you and be able to push you out there. Because in this particular case, it's not just your voice or your skill that is what they want. They want you are the packaging. So like if you have Coca-Cola, so to say, the drink is, in this case, the talent, but the bottle and how it looks and everything is a human being in this particular case. So it's the two put together, and so all of them are supposed to be projected, essentially. So at the end of the day, so you can integrate backwards, you can also integrate forwards, and then go into the publishing and all the other things. Some even get into venues so that they can own the entire value chain into ensuring that you get your stuff. And then so this record labels have a nature of investment. So all the principles of investment applies clearly. What is a return on investment if I should work on you? When is the payback period? I'm investing 100k. When am I likely to get this particular money back? So payback period. Inflation in this process. So if you be Ghana, where you invest X amount of money like 5 years ago, and you let's say you put 50k, right, 5 years ago, and you're looking to get your 50k back. Now the inflation where you go, the depreciation of the cedi and how you go, you understand what I'm saying?
You need 130.
Good. So the value of 50k in 2020, what is going to be that value in today's times? And then profits. You understand? Because once we talk about investments, we are looking at profits. And so you want to be able to understand, and you go into the cash flow elements, you know, how much is coming at what time and all of those things. So it's all of these elements that comes into play because they function. It's just like a bank they are dealing with, really. But then you are unable to go to a bank and then go and make a case. But in this case, the bank comes to you. I've noticed that this is what you have. Let's do something together. We'll give you X amount of money and all of that. So like I'm saying, ultimately you are focusing on the deal itself. But we should also understand that record labels are not just about money. They come in with skills that you may not have. They come in with links that you may not have. They are plugs that you don't have. They leverage, they reach cross country, whatsoever. They have that. They can plug you into NBA, whatever, that you cannot plug yourself. You know,
certain territory,
sharp exposure and everything that it comes with. So yes, maybe on your own you can achieve 10%, but with the help of a record label, you can achieve 200% in 2 days. Because you are relying on the strength of, you know, a machinery, you know. So the thing we are saying here is it good or bad? And we are talking about the contract itself. But I'm also starting by asking a question: why is Davido with all his money with a label? Burna Boy, why he get a label? Wizkid, why does he have a label? Asha Raymond, Drake, all of these folks, why do they have labels? You understand? Some of the best deals that they've ever had. Drake has got one of the best deals in the world. Solid, and it keeps going on. And you have all of these folks, they have labels. Some are good deals and some are bad deals. I was watching Toni Braxton's own when she said her album was clocking billions and then she was making $2,000. So for me, it goes into the terms of the deal itself, the contract.
But would she have even made that 2,000 if she had done everything on her own?
Good. So that's a good question. So all I'm saying is this: the deal itself. What is the contract stating? You know, because some, you know, the starting of the when does the deal start? When does it end? Is it a 5-year contract?
Or that's for life?
Or for life? Does publishing come into it or not? Who owns the? Is it by? Am I supposed to sign off my? Am I supposed to license my publishing, you know, royalties to you? If yes, how many years? If 5 years or 10 years? How much are you giving me upfront? What are the responsibilities of the record label once we are on? Am I doing 2 albums or 5 albums? Each album, how many songs are supposed to be on? Is it 5? Is it 6? Name them. So you basically, and that's why they always say that you need an entertainment lawyer to be with you, so that when you are making these decisions, you clearly understand. Because if all I'm supposed to do is 2 albums, and the 2 albums are supposed to be done in 2 years, then it's 2 years. But if I'm supposed to do 2 albums within the space of 5 years, and during these 5 years I'm not supposed to do anything at all, or whatever earning is coming to me is yours, endorsement is yours, live performance is yours, whatever, then you know, so you need to understand everything. So is it 360 or is it 720? Now there's 720 deals where earnings that is coming from your relatives, couple. That one today.
That one your kidney and liver. You had 2 kidneys, 1 liver, 1 lung.
So that one day, or you can take some of the quadrants, 90%, 90 degrees or 180 degrees deal, like production or distribute, whatever. I mean those. But I think that everybody ought to educate themselves about the kind of deals available, so you know clearly. And some of the labels too. So we have majors, we have independents, and some of the independent record labels, they do upstream. So upstream simply means they develop you, get to a particular threshold, and then immediately they ship you, just like the sports agencies do. They will develop you, then they will sell you, that kind of stuff. So you go to the next level, then you know. So there are different dealings in this particular space.
Robert,
And people need to be able to understand.
On Monday, we'll dive into it. Proper education must be done here for people to understand it. But then let me touch on Kwame Dazi real quick. I mean, Sarkodie, as one of your articles on my journal, you were saying Sarkodie is slamming record labels. To a larger extent, to certain social media users are also attacking Sarkodie for making record labels look demonic or devilish, one way or the other. Your quick take on this
I want
one.
to reiterate the premise of my previous argument. I want to say that record labels are not charity organizations. They are profit-making ventures. If you need them, the word is need. Sign up to them.
Simple. Adam.
But don't break the table with your conclusion.
Yeah, for me, what I'll say is that yes, record labels are there to also be in business. Like you, the artist, want to be in business. They are giving you that support to be there. It doesn't mean that you should just take everything hook, line, and sinker, because you have a stake as a business partner in whatever they are doing. If you feel that this shouldn't be the way to go, there are negotiations. So open your eye to the negotiations and make sure that you get a fair deal, so that you do not go out of contract and later come and complain, because that time not DJ Slim I word on the street. So open your eye, shine your eye, like Tech said, before it's too late.
Okay. Thanks a lot for joining us, Robert. Thank you, Kwame, and thank you, Adam, for joining us. On Monday, we'll have a critical look at record labels and
We'll have a what?
critical look.
It's a critical.
Critical.
It's a critical fest.
Critical.
Critical. Oh, bro,
Bluffer.